Following up on your earlier testimony and statement, you rightly identified China and the Chinese Communist Party as a principal threat to the United States. And for decades, as part of its strategy of civil-military fusion, the CCP has stolen intellectual property to stand up its state-owned enterprises and build up its military. It's constantly working to evade export controls to get cutting-edge and legacy chips to leapfrog the U.S. in the AI race and to supply its missile systems. We cannot give the CCP the means to displace the United States. Recently, the Department of Commerce rescinded the overly complex AI diffusion rule, which it intended to cement our lead in AI technology by limiting U.S. chip sales, particularly to countries that may allow Chinese entities access. As Secretary of State, you have a vital role in protecting dual-use technologies from being used by America's adversaries. I wanted to ask you, how do you see the replacement to the diffusion rule taking shape, and what guardrails do you think are needed to prevent China from siphoning more U.S. innovation to build up its military?
Well, as you know, the Commerce Department is undertaking a review of the previous administration's decisions with regards to specific countries and also specific technologies. And so we're providing guidance for them on that regard, or we're providing input. Ultimately, they're the ones that will have to do that. We've heard from a lot of partner nations, some who feel they were unfairly treated in that decision, others who feel we're happy with the outcome. So I know some of those decisions are ongoing, but it's the highest priority. The fact that we have to assume that basically every country or any company that operates in communist China is under the control of the CCP. They can be an independent company. They can argue that they're a corporate entity that's not related to the government. But the truth of the matter is that based on their national security law in China, every company has to do whatever the government tells them to do and turn over any technologies they tell them to turn over. In addition to that, because of the civil-military fusion that exists, virtually any company in China is basically part of their defense industrial complex. They are. And we've seen that repeatedly over and over again.